Hey there, beautiful souls! Welcome back to another episode of We Listen and Learn. I'm your host, Pia, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. You know what I love about our community? We're all on this amazing journey of growth together. Today, we're diving into something really special: how to become the absolute best version of ourselves. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? Laughs. I've got 10 incredible tips that have completely transformed my life, and I just can't wait to share them with you. Whether you're feeling stuck, looking for a change, or just want to level up your already awesome self, this episode is going to be your guide to personal growth. So grab your favorite drink, find a cozy spot, and let's explore these life-changing strategies together. Let's dive into our first tip, which honestly is the foundation of all personal growth: self-awareness. Think of it like being the detective of your own life, and trust me, it's probably the most fascinating investigation you'll ever conduct. Self-awareness starts with asking yourself those deep, sometimes uncomfortable questions. What makes you tick? What lights you up inside? What are those things that make you want to crawl under the covers and hide from the world? Understanding these aspects of yourself isn't just helpful, it's absolutely essential for growth. You know, I learned this the hard way. I used to react so strongly to certain situations without understanding why. It wasn't until I took the time to really examine my triggers that I realized these reactions were connected to deeper values and past experiences. Once I understood this, I could actually work with these emotions instead of being controlled by them. Here's what I want you to try. Start keeping a daily reflection journal. Just 5 minutes each day, writing down your thoughts, reactions, and feelings. Notice the patterns. When do you feel most alive? When do you feel drained? What situations consistently trigger strong emotions in you? This simple practice can reveal so much about your internal landscape. Remember, being self-aware isn't about judging yourself. It's about understanding. It's like getting to know a new friend, except that friend is you. And the better you understand yourself, the more intentionally you can shape your growth journey. Your values, beliefs, and triggers are like your personal GPS system. They tell you where you are and help guide where you want to go. Now that we've built that foundation of self-awareness, let's talk about turning those insights into action through goal setting. You know that feeling when you have a million dreams floating around in your head? Well, it's time to grab them and turn them into reality, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Setting goals isn't just about writing down what you want. It's about creating a roadmap that actually gets you there. The key is to make your goals SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," try, "I will exercise for 30 minutes, 4 times a week for the next 3 months." See the difference? One is a wish, the other is a plan. I remember when I first started this podcast, I had this big, overwhelming dream of helping people transform their lives. But it wasn't until I broke it down into smaller, manageable goals that things started happening. First, research for 2 hours every weekend. Then outline 1 episode per week. Small steps, big impact. Here's a practical tip that works wonders. Create a goals hierarchy. Start with your big, exciting, long-term goals, your North Star. Then break those down into medium-term goals. Think quarterly milestones. Finally, set those small, daily actions that will inch you closer to your dreams. It's like building a staircase to your success, one step at a time. The magic happens when you review and adjust your goals regularly. Life changes, circumstances shift, and that's okay. Your goals should be flexible enough to adapt while still keeping you moving forward. Set aside time each month to check in with your progress and make any necessary adjustments. Remember, goal setting isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of growth and refinement. Let's dive into something that can completely transform your life: developing healthy habits. You know, it's fascinating how our daily routines shape who we become. And I'm so excited to share with you why these habits are absolute game changers for both your physical and mental well-being. Think of your body and mind as a high-performance vehicle. Just like a car needs regular maintenance, quality fuel, and proper care to run smoothly, we need consistent healthy habits to function at our best. I learned this the hard way when I used to pull all-nighters and survive on coffee and convenience food. Trust me, that didn't end well. Let's start with physical habits. The big three are sleep, nutrition, and movement. Aim for 7-9 hours of quality sleep each night. It's like hitting the reset button for your brain. With nutrition, focus on eating whole, nutritious foods and staying hydrated. And movement? It doesn't have to be complicated. Find something you enjoy, whether it's dancing in your living room or taking a walk during your lunch break. Now, let's talk about mental habits, because they're just as crucial. Start your day with a positive morning routine. Maybe it's meditation, journaling, or simply taking 5 deep breaths. Practice digital detoxes regularly to give your mind space to breathe. And here's one that's often overlooked: scheduling regular breaks throughout your day to prevent mental fatigue. The key to making these habits stick is starting small and being consistent. Don't try to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Pick one habit, make it ridiculously easy to accomplish, and build from there. Maybe start with drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning or doing 2 minutes of stretching before bed. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about making progress, one tiny habit at a time. Now, let's talk about continuous learning, something that genuinely excites me because it's like giving your brain a constant upgrade. In today's rapidly changing world, standing still is actually moving backward, and I can't stress enough how crucial it is to keep learning and growing. Think about it. When was the last time you learned something completely new? That feeling of accomplishment when you master a new skill or understand a complex concept is absolutely incredible. It's not just about formal education either. Learning comes in so many fascinating forms. I've discovered that the most successful people I know are eternal students. They're always reading, asking questions, taking courses, or learning from others' experiences. Just last month, I decided to learn basic coding through an online course, and wow, it opened up a whole new way of thinking for me. You don't have to learn coding, but find something that sparks your curiosity. Here's what I love about continuous learning. It keeps your mind sharp, builds confidence, and opens doors you never knew existed. Start small. Maybe it's reading 1 article a day in your field, listening to educational podcasts during your commute, or taking up a new hobby. I've found that setting aside just 30 minutes each day for learning can lead to amazing transformations over time. And don't forget about learning from others. Join professional groups, attend workshops, or find a mentor. Some of my biggest growth moments came from conversations with people who challenged my thinking. Remember, every expert was once a beginner, and every skill you acquire becomes a tool in your personal development toolkit. The beauty of continuous learning is that it's a journey without a destination. Each new piece of knowledge builds on what you already know, creating this amazing snowball effect of growth. Stay curious, ask questions, and never stop exploring. Your future self will thank you for it. Let's dive into emotional intelligence, a skill that's absolutely transformational in both our personal and professional lives. You know that feeling when you're overwhelmed by emotions, or when you just can't seem to connect with someone? That's where emotional intelligence comes into play, and I'm thrilled to share how we can master it. Think of emotional intelligence as your internal GPS for navigating feelings, both yours and others. It starts with recognizing our emotions as they arise. Instead of just reacting when you're frustrated or excited, take a moment to acknowledge what you're feeling. I've learned that simply naming an emotion can actually help us manage it better. But here's what really fascinates me about emotional intelligence. It's like having a superpower in your relationships. When you can read the emotional temperature of a room or understand why someone might be acting a certain way, it completely changes how you interact with people. Just last week, I noticed a coworker seemed unusually quiet. Instead of brushing it off, I took the time to check in, and that simple act of empathy made a world of difference. Managing our own emotions is equally crucial. You know those moments when you feel your blood pressure rising during a difficult conversation? That's when emotional intelligence really shines. Take deep breaths, pause before responding, and remember that you can choose how to react. I found that asking myself, will this matter in 5 years, helps put things in perspective. One of the most powerful aspects of emotional intelligence is its role in conflict resolution. When we understand both our own emotional triggers and those of others, we can navigate disagreements with grace and understanding. It's not about suppressing emotions, it's about expressing them in a healthy, constructive way. Remember, developing emotional intelligence is an ongoing journey. Start by practicing self-awareness throughout your day. Notice your emotional reactions, try to understand others' perspectives, and most importantly, be patient with yourself as you grow in this area. The more you cultivate emotional intelligence, the richer and more meaningful your relationships will become. Life can throw some pretty tough challenges our way, and that's exactly why we need to talk about building resilience. Think of resilience as your emotional muscle. The stronger it is, the better you can handle life's ups and downs. And just like physical muscles, we can absolutely train and strengthen our resilience. Let me share something personal. I used to take setbacks really hard, letting them affect me for days or even weeks. But I've learned that resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about learning how to bend without breaking and bouncing back stronger than before. Here's what's really interesting about building mental toughness. It starts with changing how we view challenges. Instead of seeing them as failures, try to approach them as learning opportunities. When something doesn't go as planned, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This simple shift in perspective can make a huge difference in how we handle difficult situations. Another key strategy is developing what I like to call your resilience toolkit. This includes practices like maintaining a strong support network, setting realistic expectations, and breaking big challenges into smaller, manageable steps. I've found that celebrating small wins along the way helps build confidence and momentum. Something that's really transformed my approach to setbacks is understanding that discomfort is often where growth happens. Those moments when we feel stretched and challenged, they're actually helping us develop stronger coping mechanisms. It's like working out. The resistance is what builds strength. Remember, building resilience isn't about never feeling down or stressed. It's about developing the capacity to recover and adapt. Practice self-compassion when things get tough. Maintain healthy routines even during challenging times, and always remind yourself that every setback is temporary. The more we practice these strategies, the more naturally they come to us when we need them most. Let's talk about one of the most crucial aspects of personal growth, managing our relationships. It's fascinating how our connections with others can either lift us up or drain our energy. And it all comes down to how well we manage these relationships. I've learned through experience that healthy relationships aren't just about being there for others. They're about creating a beautiful balance between giving and receiving. It's like a dance where both partners need to be in sync, respecting each other's rhythm and space. One of the most powerful tools in relationship management is setting clear boundaries. Think about boundaries as invisible lines that protect your energy and well-being. Sometimes we feel guilty about setting boundaries, but here's the truth. They actually help create stronger, more authentic relationships. When you clearly communicate what works for you and what doesn't, you're being honest with both yourself and others. I've noticed that many of us struggle with saying no or expressing our needs. But healthy relationships thrive on open communication. Start small. Maybe it's letting someone know you need alone time to recharge, or explaining that you can't take on additional commitments right now. You'll be surprised how most people respect and appreciate this honesty. Another key aspect is understanding that different relationships require different boundaries. Your relationship with your boss will have different boundaries than those with your best friend or partner. It's about being flexible while still maintaining your core values and self-respect. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: the importance of nurturing relationships that serve your growth. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, support your goals, and bring positive energy into your life. At the same time, it's okay to create distance from relationships that consistently drain you or hold you back from becoming your best self. Remember, managing relationships isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic and respectful, both to yourself and others. When you prioritize healthy boundaries and clear communication, you create space for relationships that truly enrich your life and support your personal growth. Time management. Now, this is something I'm really excited to dive into because it's absolutely game-changing when you get it right. Let me tell you, mastering your time isn't just about cramming more tasks into your day, it's about making your time work smarter for you. I've discovered that the key to effective time management starts with understanding your peak productivity hours. You know those times when you feel most alert and focused? That's when you should tackle your most challenging tasks. For me, it's early morning. but everyone's different, and that's perfectly okay. One strategy that's been revolutionary for my productivity is the time blocking method. Instead of working from an endless to-do list, try dividing your day into focused blocks. Dedicate specific times for different activities, maybe 90 minutes for deep work, followed by a 15-minute break. This approach helps prevent that overwhelming feeling we get when looking at a massive list of tasks. But here's something really important that often gets overlooked. Scheduling downtime is just as crucial as scheduling work. I used to feel guilty about taking breaks, but I've learned that regular breaks actually boost productivity. Think of it like interval training for your brain. You need those recovery periods to maintain peak performance. The biggest game changer for me has been learning to prioritize ruthlessly. We often try to do everything, but the truth is, not all tasks are created equal. I use the Eisenhower matrix, dividing tasks into urgent and important categories. This helps me focus on what truly matters instead of getting caught up in busy work. Digital distractions can be such time thieves, right? I've found that turning off notifications during focused work periods makes a huge difference. It's amazing how much more you can accomplish when you're not constantly responding to every ping and ding. And let's talk about work-life balance, because that's where many of us struggle. Setting clear boundaries between work and personal time isn't just nice to have. It's essential for long-term success and happiness. Try creating end-of-work rituals that signal to your brain it's time to switch gears. Maybe it's a short walk, or just putting away your laptop. Whatever works for you. Remember, effective time management isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional with your time and energy. When you master this skill, you'll find yourself accomplishing more while feeling less stressed, and that's what we're all aiming for, isn't it? Let's explore mindfulness, a practice that's truly transformed my own life and the lives of so many others. You know that feeling when your mind is racing with a million thoughts and you can't seem to focus on anything? Well, mindfulness is like hitting the pause button on that mental chaos. The beauty of mindfulness lies in its simplicity. It's really about being fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. I love to think of it as becoming a friendly observer of your own mind. When you're eating, really taste your food. When you're walking, feel each step connecting with the ground. These simple acts of awareness can create profound changes in how we experience life. One of my favorite mindfulness techniques is what I call the 3-3-3 practice. Take 3 deep breaths, name 3 things you can see, and 3 sensations you can feel in your body. It's amazing how quickly this can bring you back to the present moment when you're feeling overwhelmed or scattered. Practicing mindfulness doesn't mean you need to sit in meditation for hours. You can incorporate it into your daily activities. Try bringing full attention to simple tasks like washing dishes or brushing your teeth. It's fascinating how these routine activities can become powerful moments of presence and clarity. I've noticed that when I practice mindfulness regularly, my stress levels naturally decrease. It's like creating a buffer zone between external events and my reactions to them. Instead of immediately responding to situations with stress or anxiety, mindfulness helps create a space where we can choose how to respond. The impact on mental clarity is remarkable too. When we're constantly lost in thoughts about the past or worries about the future, we miss out on the rich experience of the present moment. Mindfulness helps clear away that mental fog, allowing us to think more clearly and make better decisions. Remember, mindfulness is like building a muscle. It gets stronger with practice. Start small, maybe with just a few minutes each day, and be patient with yourself. The goal isn't to empty your mind of thoughts, but to develop a new relationship with them, one where you're not caught up in every passing thought or emotion. Our final tip today might just be the most transformative of all, the practice of gratitude. You know, it's fascinating how something as simple as acknowledging what we're thankful for can have such a profound impact on our lives. I've personally experienced how gratitude can shift our entire perspective, even during the most challenging times. Let me share something that really opened my eyes. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you when someone holds the door open. It's about cultivating a deep appreciation for both the extraordinary and ordinary moments in our lives. Think about your morning coffee, the warmth of sunlight on your face, or that friend who always sends you funny memes when you're feeling down. These simple pleasures often go unnoticed, but they're actually little gifts that make our lives richer. I found that keeping a gratitude journal has been game-changing. Every evening, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for, no matter how small they might seem. Sometimes it's as simple as having a comfortable bed to sleep in, or that stranger who smiled at me during my morning walk. What's incredible is how this practice starts to rewire your brain. You begin actively looking for things to be grateful for throughout your day. The science behind gratitude is pretty remarkable too. Research shows that people who regularly practice gratitude experience increased happiness, better sleep, stronger relationships, and even improved physical health. It's like gratitude creates this positive ripple effect that touches every aspect of our lives. But here's what I really love about gratitude. It's impossible to feel grateful and negative at the same time. When you're truly in a state of appreciation, it naturally shifts you away from stress, anxiety, and those persistent negative thought patterns. It's like having a reset button for your mindset. Try this simple exercise. Each morning, before you check your phone or start your day, take a moment to identify one thing you're truly grateful for. Really feel that gratitude in your body. Notice how it changes your energy and sets a different tone for your entire day. Remember, gratitude isn't about ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging that even in difficult times, there are still things worth appreciating. This perspective helps build resilience and keeps us grounded in what truly matters. Wow, what an incredible journey we've been on today. These 10 tips we've explored together aren't just random pieces of advice. They're powerful tools that can truly transform your life when put into practice. From building self-awareness to embracing gratitude, each step brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, this journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Start small, maybe by focusing on just 1 or 2 tips that really resonated with you today. Whether it's beginning a gratitude practice, setting clearer goals, or working on your emotional intelligence, every small step counts. I'm so excited to continue this journey of growth and self-discovery with you. In our next episode, we'll be diving deep into something that affects all of us, managing stress and anxiety in our fast-paced world. We'll explore practical techniques and strategies that you can start using right away to find more peace and balance in your daily life. If you found value in today's episode, please take a moment to like and subscribe to We Listen and Learn. Your support means the world to me, and it helps other people discover these conversations about personal growth and development. Share this episode with someone who might need these insights. Sometimes the smallest gesture can make the biggest difference in someone's life. Until next time, remember that you have everything within you to become the person you want to be. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing. I can't wait to connect with you again. See you next time.